Hey guys, welcome back to my channel again. And as I promised you yesterday that I'll be doing some live recording for the wars and everything, but I was not able to give it proper time. I got busy somewhere, and that was the reason I was not able to do the war recap perfectly. So here I'm today back again, and what I'm doing today is putting up the last war that we had with the clan, and we were like around 25-19 when I last left you guys. Right now, what I'm going to show you is like the war is over already, and we have already started a new war, and it's already undergoing right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm first of all going to show you the last war that how we won, and as I promised you that I'll be showing you a few other bad raids that were conducted by our opponent team on our basis. So I'm here to do that thing as well as I'll take you to the live war that what we are doing right now. So to start with initially, okay, as I already have shown you all these attacks that how we did those attacks on their town halls, like on the town hall 10s and town hall 9s. So right now I'll show you that how they attacked and how they approached to this war. Well, their approach was not very good, what I can say, because they have already lost from like last round to like 25 to 20 with a difference of 5 stars, which is a huge difference. So as you can see that our number one, number two, number three, number four, our Town Hall 10s did a very decent job holding up to those attacks. They didn't even allow 2 stars on their on them, right? So let me first of all show you the number two attacking a number one, and I'll go through with all the strategy and what they used. Well, just to let you know, guys, I'm still like I have not watched these replays at all. This is the first time that I'm watching all these replays, so I have to look into this. I have to tell you the strategy at a randomly. So I'll let you know, guys, that what the plan is. He's again using the same kind of a strategy that is the court quake to get the funnel done to get the bowlers into it. The attacker is going to use 23 bowlers with 6 healers. Along with it, he's going to use his king and the queen for the royals for sure. Wizards and wall breakers to wall break in the initial compartment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just hit the play button and let's see that how this attacker approaches this particular base. As you can see, this base is kind of a base where once you are into the between, like once let's say that once you are over here in the code, it gets pretty heavy in terms of being inferno being locked on. If you can see over here, this is a single inferno tower, right? And this is a multi inferno tower, and everyone like both of these is going to hurt the bowlers as well as the golems if they have some, which I don't think that they might be having, and the royals as well. So and in terms of spell, the attacker is going to carry like a freed spell, two rage spell, a heal spell, and definitely a court cake to open the walls up. And let's roll into this deck. First of all, that what they try to do is just try to wall break this court quake, the initial compartment, and I think they're going to set a proper funnel first with the bowlers. Yes, here you go. The bowlers on the left hand side trying to create a proper funnel, proper channel, and on the right hand side as well trying to create a proper funnel so that all the troops can go directly. And here comes the golem in the CC. Few bowlers at the back of it, just trying to create the funnel done, funnel set, healers on the top of those bowlers. Well, see over here what the I think the healers are actually working on the golems, which the golem don't need it. The bowlers are going to need it a lot. So I think this soon enough the healers are going to switch back again. Here comes the CC out, and the queen will take care of it. The freed spell to block that dragon, to block all those targeting units, whatever targeting to the golems and everything. And I don't think this attack is going to do much of it because it's already pretty much done. The bowlers are taking a swing everywhere. They're trying to get the town hall done, but it's not possible. Even like with those sweepers, putting those healers back, as well as the bowlers working on the left hand side, right hand side. The bowlers got pretty much divided. They were not on the same side, same age. That was the reason that the code then got decimated, and this base pulled up pretty much very well. And as you can see, the queen's ability has been unlocked. This is like the final few seconds of this particular attack before it went to like for only for 1 star. As you can see, it's only 61%, a decent percentage, 61%, but not 2 stars, which they would have like for sure. So the attack is pretty much done. Only three healers, four healers actually working on just single bowler, and it's not going to do any good to the bowler as well as neither to the healers, and neither to the attacker as well. It's just gonna die out, right? So let's just jump out of this attack and let's see what the next attack was. So the next attack was their number one attacking a number two, and let's see that how this attack went and how this attack was going on. Right, as you can see, this is again a ring base, a properly arranged ring base. And if your funnel is not good, then certainly your troops are not going to go in and not will not be able to take the town hall. As I have told you before also that the strategy that we can use on such kind of ring bases is like queen walk on one side, trying to create a proper funnel, and using your king and a golem plus CC bowlers to create a funnel on the other side as well. Once the initial core has been done, you can just put the jump spell in, and you can directly go into the town hall and get the town hall done with your walks. So walks, if this attacker could have used walks, I think it could have been a very good, a high percentage, because as you can see, these particular defenses, these are too much way far away from each and every unit in the front. If he started attacking in the front side, right? In my previous videos, like couple of last videos, I have shown you this particular kind of base being 3-starred by my Town Hall 10 account, which I used, and the same strategy which I'm telling you guys, that using the bowlers as in CC and the king and the golem on one side and making the queen charge on the one side to just make the proper funnel and proper channel done for all those walks to go in directly to the town using that jump spell. So let's get into this attack, and let's see that since as I'm going to tell you the composition as well. It's 10 dragons plus 4 loons, the royals, and I don't know what's in the CC. So let's just check out. All right. So the battle is going to start over here. A few dragons on the top of the base just to create a proper funnel so that all the dragons can go directly in the base. I don't know what's the next step that he is going to do. I think he's just trying to create a proper funnel at this moment of time, as there is a lot of time left. Here comes the CC troops out, and he wants to kill the CC as quickly as possible, as the dragon and the baby dragon is going to deal a lot of damage. As you can see, the dragons pretty much divided equally among both the sides, trying to create a proper channel for all those loons to go in and do some damage. Still the CC, I'm not sure what's there in the CC. We'll see directly in this video. Okay, there's Hound coming in from the CC, which is pretty much obvious, as it can tank for all those dragons behind it. Here comes a Rage spell on in the core, just to make the dragon go or move as quickly as he can and get that single target infernos to go down as soon as possible. Now, as you can see, the funneling is not that good. If you can see, like this side of the base and this side of the base, it still has like this particular air defense, and this side has like all the Vizatas and everything. So I think the royals will be coming from this way to get this town hall if it's a 2-star. And dragon still working outside. Here comes the queen, and I don't think she's going to go inside. She's going to walk outside, which is not good for the attacker. And I think the last dragon is going out soon, since that lady is locked onto that dragon. Yes, the dragon is pretty much done. It's already gone, and here comes the royal king. And I still think that king is yeah, king might try to go in, but he's not going to go towards the town hall. He's going towards that cannon, which I don't think is going to do a lot of thing for our number 2 being holding up. This is our number 2 holding up the number 1 attacker, which was indeed a very good thing. So these ring bases are pretty much common. If it's in the meta, but it's very easy to crack these ring bases very easily. This is not like an NT 2-star, NT 3-star, or 10. It's just a ring base. And to get hold and to catch hold of all these ring bases, you can use just the queen charge, the walks, and all those things can be used on these kind of a town hall layouts basically, and especially on town hall 10s. As what I can say from my experience is, if the inferno could have been multi-target inferno and another one should have been single target inferno, this rate could have been slowed down before only, because that's multi-target inferno would have locked on to like 5 or 3 dragons, 4 dragons, and it could have roasted them before they even might have tried to take the sweeper out. So that's okay. We holded up this particular attack. This attack was not even 2 stars. That's a very good deal for us. And the number 1 being attacking a number 2 with only for 1 star and only for 60%. Fair enough. That's not a problem for us, as well as it's not going to create any much difference. Our number 3rd, which is a pretty new Town Hall 10, he's working on his base, right? As of now, he's working on his queen level and the king level. And at the same time, he has recently moved on to from a Town Hall 9 to being a Town Hall 10. The walls and everything are pretty much maxed out, as that is what the clan condition is, that your walls should be up and as much as possible. Like if you're a Town Hall 10, your walls should be minimum at like Town Hall 9 max level, so that you can hold up the base very well during the war especially. So the number 3 attacking a number 3, let me show you that how it went and what were things. Again, the kind of a form of a ring base. These layouts are available on internet and anywhere you can copy it from, and this our number 3 is using the same kind of a layout, where as you can see the CC and the town hall protecting this particular side, like this single targeting infernos protecting this side along with the CC. And over here, once you scroll down a little bit, as you can see, there's air defenses, sweepers, trying to make sure that if there is an air attack, they throw back those loons or those hounds, and so that they don't have a proper way coming in from that side. This attack was two starred, and as you can see, the strategy he is going to use the same meta strategy, which is like go V, like using golems, witches, and bowlers. He has 12 bowlers, 5 witches, 2 golems, few wizards, and the wall breakers to wall break in. I don't know what's in the CC. I guess so. It should be bowlers, level 3 bowlers. So let's see how it attacks goes from which side he attacks. Okay, so he's going to quad pick first of all the lower compartment so that his troops can get a proper channel towards the town hall. Here comes 2 golems tanking for all those witches at the backside of it. And from this attack, these kind of attacks, like using bowlers and witches, they definitely results in a higher percentage or even a 3 star. If it's conducted properly, it's going to be a 3 star for sure, 3 star raid for sure. But if sometimes things goes wrong or something, it can definitely provide you with those important 2 stars just to make sure that you have those 2 stars in your bag. As you can see, the bowlers are walking on the edges of it. Few bowlers went outside, which is a good thing, clearing out these outer buildings. And here comes the wizards in the between, just to make sure that the bowlers are working very well and trying to create a proper funnel for the queen to walk in, I guess. And yeah, everything is working very well as of now for the attacker. It's going good. The rage spell on the core, just trying to make sure that his bowlers can do some work on the town hall. The bowlers are out on the town hall, and very soon I think they're going to take the town hall out along with the wizards. The witch is working outside. As what I was telling you, that it's better to put one inferno as being single target inferno and the other one being multi-target inferno, because if that could have been multi-target infernos, those bowlers would not have that shot on the town hall and it would not have been a 2 star. That is what my tip and guideline is, that never use either both the single targeting infernos or both multi-targeting infernos. It's better to switch sometimes with one being a single target and another one being the multi-target, so that if that single target locks on to the king or the queen, they have to use that ability as soon as possible, else everything is gonna die out, right? So it's better to use a one single and another one being multi. So this was their attack. Went pretty well. They got decent percentage as well as the 2 stars, which I think it's a good deal in such kind of small wars that we are conducting right now. Number 4 being a leader, and he has to hold up his base for sure. So he holded up his base very well. It was like 55% for just for a single star, which is a good deal. So as you can see over here, if I'm gonna play this particular replay up, let's say his base is a very good base in terms of me, like all the multi-targeting infernos being set up, the CC there out there in between, just to make sure that it cannot be lured from anywhere. Although I think it can be lured from the bottom side of the base, but it's still that not lureable from anywhere outside of it. So the attacker is going to use the lava lunian combination, to be precise, with the royals, and I think in the CC it would be the lava hound for sure, the max out lava hound. So I don't know from which side he's going to attack. Let's see, and let's roll in this attack, and let's see from where this attacker starts his attacking. Um, okay, still he has not started. Let's see from where he goes. I think he's gonna come up from the top side. But yeah, see, he's coming from the top side. The reason for that is because the sweepers are not pointing, and they're not throwing away those loons back, right? So it's a good thing to do again, go against the sweepers. But sometimes those sweepers, if they are against you, they might work sometimes, and but it's always a thing. Like if sweepers are pointing against you, you would definitely not like your loons to go in from that side. As you can see, this base is trying to hold up, and even the expose. I think the reason why that particular attacker tried to do this type of attack using Lava Ludian was that because the expos were on ground, they were not on air. So he had a good shot, but those multi-targeting Inferno just roasting up those balloons up. Even the CC was not killed properly, which made a lot of difference to this particular raid, and this base pulled up very well. Just being 1 star and just 55% out of it. So this was a very good deal for our leader, like not being 2 starred and saving up those and making sure that the attackers use more and more of their attacks. I don't know how many times this base might have hold up. I think it might have hold up a couple of times, like 2 or 3 times, because it was a number 4 base, and they would have definitely the 1, 2, 3 would have tried to attack on this number 4 just to make sure to grab those 2 stars. So as you can see, the attacks were not that good, but yeah, they were decent enough, like for 1 star or 2 star, only not more than that. So as you can see from this particular war base, that now we only had like 4 town hall 10s. As I told you yesterday that they had 5 town hall 10s and we had 4 town hall 10s. So we were at a kind of a disadvantage. But these attacks on town hall 10 by their town hall 10s, made sure that we get that particular star victory in terms of like being a star difference of 5 stars. And as I can show you over this particular side of base, as I showed you yesterday, we tried to 3 star, like we did 3 star their every town hall 9, and we 2 starred every of their town hall 10. The reason for that being very simple. We just wanted to make sure to have that at least those 2 stars on town hall 10s and those 3 stars on town hall 9, so that when it comes down to the percentage point or something, we can try to increase our percentage on those town hall 10s or even try to 3 star them, but we were not successful in that, right? So that is what this war ended up like. And if you guys want me to show these town hall 9 videos, like how that, oh, let me show you one more video on this R number 5 being attacked by the number 2. So it was a dip from a town hall 10 dipping down towards a town hall 9. This base again, a very open base, open layout. You can hit it from any of the sides, whichever side you choose a free like to hit from. Using the mass walk strategy again, these mass walk strategies actually is very good in terms of attacking a town hall 9 or a town hall 10 even. I have tried these walks myself on town hall 10 as well as on town hall 11. They work pretty well, and I don't know why they're not in the meta right now. Many people don't use it at this moment of time. The meta, which I think is right now dragons, on Town Hall 11s and Town Hall 10s, with the loons and with the lava hounds. That is what the meta is going on right now. Moreover, if you guys watched the CWL league, which was streaming on Clash of Clans YouTube channel, you might have seen that the Dark Looters were actually using the same strategy. They were using the dragons majority of the times on the town hall 11s as well as town hall 10s to make sure to get those 3 stars on town hall 10 and 2 stars minimum on town hall 11. And that is the kind of a strategy that is into the meta right now, along with the bowlers and the witches combination for sure. So this walk strategy, I think it could have been like the walks already have a pretty much decent health, and they can just tear down those units which are nearby to each other with just 2 or 3 hits if they are like 4 or 5 walks inside. And once they are being raged, they are too deadly. They are too deadly, and they can destroy any kind of a base. So let's roll in with this particular attack. Let's see from where this side this div is gonna work out. A successful dip from their end, and okay, he's going to quad quake that wall so that his troops has a proper channel towards the town hall and try to grab those 2 stars minimum. So here comes the golems, the giant from the CC giant and the golem trying to shield or tank for all those outer wizards. So trying to make a proper funnel. 3 golems, a pretty heavy golem deck, but yeah, it's okay. Like you have so many walks, like 14 walks to take care of. You definitely want that CC baby dragon and dragon to die as soon as possible so that they won't do much damage to your walks. Here comes the freeze spell just to make sure that the queen takes out the dragon and the baby dragon on time. Here comes a rage spell, and look at those walks, guys. Look at those walks. How quickly they turn the base upside down. Look at those walks being healed up right now. The king working on with them shield, tanking a little bit for those walks. Walks are pretty much they themselves are tank, so they don't need any other tanks. But still, king was tanking for some time. As you can see, the golems working very well, trying to distract all those exterior defenses, to be honest, so that the walks can do some work. The queen trying to clear the buildings out in between. The king is still alive, the queen is still alive, the golem are still very much healthy. Like none of the golem has been broken the golemite as of now, so I think they can tank for the royals for as much long as they like, for way much longer than what we could have expected. The king is about to go down. The queen is working on the right side of the base just to make sure to try to get all those exterior buildings. The golem again shielding for all those things, like for all those archer towers. Nothing left on this base as of now. Only few things left, like just an archer tower and a cannon left on the base in terms of defenses. A lot of cleanup has to be done. The queen is working on the cleanup side, and I don't think he has much cleanup out. No, there is no cleanup outside, no cleanup unit. I think this attack is gonna be like a very critical hit. Only few walks working there. I didn't see those walks. I'm really sorry, guys. I didn't saw those walks. So yeah, it will be a very easy 3 star. The golem again tanking, as they are a tank. They're a beast right now, and they have huge HP, which actually allows them to tank a lot. Here comes the queen ability, just trying to make sure to break those walls as quickly as she can clear that particular elixir storage and can come down here towards the archer tower. And once she's logged onto Archita, there'll be nothing stopping her queen and the walks to go into it. As of now, the Archita is just logged onto the Golemite. It's a pretty good thing for the attacker, because they definitely wants the Golem to be hit first as compared to their royals or to other groups. So as you can see, this attack went pretty well. It could have been way much better. It could have been way much cleaner. But no matter, guys. It's 3 stars. It got the job done. However, it was a dip from the Town Hall 10. Luckily, in this war, I think the major reason for this war that we won against this Garuda clan was just because of our Town Hall 10s, because they didn't had a chance to to take a dip on their Town Hall 9s, because the Town Hall 9 cleared each and every base of them, like 5 bases or town line. Our town line attacked their 5 town nines for 3 stars. So that was a pretty good deal. And once those, you always want, if you are in a war. So okay, let me tell you, if you are playing in a bigger war like 40 or 30v30, you always want your town hall lines to attack the opponent's town hall line as quickly as they can and try to take those 3 stars as soon as possible. So that very few or very less town hall tens dip we can see, like there should be very less town hall 10s, so the town hall 10s can concentrate on town hall 11s or town hall 10s and try to either triple star a town hall 10 or double or 2 star a town hall 11. So you always want that thing to happen, like a town hall 10's attack should be used secondary, or town hall 9 should use their attacks primary to make sure to grab those 3 stars. So this was pretty much it in the war, guys. There was nothing else that I can share you during this war. Nothing crazy things happened. Nothing happened. We won this particular war with a difference of 5 stars. As okay, let me tell you that this we have a war going on right now. This is a battle day. The preparation day is already being over. There has been only one attack. Number three has attacked their number three for 70%, which is a huge good percentage actually for 2 stars. I think he has used again the same walk strategy, as he's very good in it. Let us scout the base first. Let's see that what's there in the base and what he can try to do. A pretty good base in terms of walls, in terms of Inferno Tower level, and the King and the Queen level. As you can see, that we don't have that higher level King and the Queen, so we are not going to match up with that high level King and the Queen on the other end until unless we are playing like 15v15 or 20v20. So that is what this thing happens when you're undergoing like with a small clan with low level heroes, and you definitely are going to match up with someone who has the same kind of same level of heroes. As of now, what I can say is like in this particular raid, what happens like he's definitely going to take the town hall down for sure, and extra 70% as well. So let's see that how this attack went, what strategy he used, this particular attacker used. In terms of being a strategy, as I told you that we are very good in attacking using walk strategy for sure. We always want those walks to go in, decimate the town hall, and get few extra percentage. As you can see, the buildings over here are pretty much close to each other, and if walks can get the rage spell, they could decimate each and everything over here. They can just damage those inferno towers, the royals, and everything. Just want to make sure that the CC is lurable. Yes, the CC can be lured from this particular side of the cannon, and it can be killed by using or by calling the CC out towards this builder hut or towards any of the builder huts. They are not in vicinity of anything, like okay, this builder hut is in vicinity of this particular archer tower, so you never want that thing to happen. Never withdraw, never draw draw out the CC opponent CC towards that side. So let's see that how he's going to do this particular attack or raid. I don't know from which side he's going to come. Okay, he's going to come from the south, from this bottom side, trying to lure out the CC and trying to lure out on the extreme left side, just to make sure that the archer can draw out everything. Baby dragon, loon, and a dragon. This kind of a CC is actually pretty good in terms of tanking and holding on for some time, but it eventually dries out with that poison spell and everything. The combination, which I can tell you guys, like if you want, if you are in a war clan and if you are playing a war, I will definitely recommend you, like you go and request for the CC troops depending on the base layout that you have. If this base could have few witches and like one witch and one baby dragon and a few wizards or archers or whatever it is, it could have not been that easily lurable. The attacker might have been into kind of a problem just using a single hog to draw out the dragon, baby dragon, and the loon. It's a pretty good deal. Just for 5 units, you're drawing out the CC and you're trying to kill it outside without even using that poison spell. Here you go. The wall breakers trying to wall break in, and they got to the first wall. The walks are in, the wizards are in, the golem is in, trying to tank for all those walks. As you can see, the inferno tower has been locked onto the walks, which is why I was telling you that it's better to keep your inferno towers on the multi-targeting infernos, like one being on multi, another being on single. The rage spell in between in the core, as I told you, that the walks can decimate each and everything out there. The king working on the opponent's king, and the queen is doing her job as she always does, like just trying to clear out those buildings. at the back, just trying to walk here and there. That's what the queen is. We call it the mental queen in our clan because you never know that which side your queen is gonna go. Like if you're going to do a queen charge, you are never sure whether which side your queen is going to go. So what I do, like the best thing what I can advise you guys is whenever you're doing a queen charge, just make sure to take two possibilities into consideration. The first possibility being if the queen went the way that you want, then what kind of a strategy that you can use to take those 2 stars or 3 stars, whatever, how many number of stars that you want on that particular base, like either three, either two. Definitely don't want one, so either three or either two. And if the second possibility which you guys can think of, if the queen does not go the way that you wanted her to go, then what you can do, guys, like what are the strategy, like what are the strategy that you can implement. So before going into the war attack, just make sure you scout the base properly. You try to make sure that if your queen is going the way that you wanted, what from where you deploy your other troops, your uh, other units, just to make sure to grab those percentage and grab those 3 stars. And if your queen doesn't go the way that you want, then when you're going, like how you're going to conduct that attack, right? So this is the kind of two possibilities that you have to take into consideration each and every time whenever you're attacking. And queen is very good, you can say queen is very important in each and every attack. The reason being very simple, because she has a long range first of all using her expo. And if your queen is high level, like 40 for a town hall 10 and 45 for town hall 11, even 30 for town hall 9, like your royals are, they do a pretty good job, not even clearing but tanking as well for either the walks, either the bowlers, either the witches. So it gives you a pretty good deal when your heroes are up. So my advice is for you guys like who are recently have become a town hall 9 or a town hall 10, just try to make sure that your queen is as high as possible, as long as you can take it. I'll do some videos in which I'll show you some ways that you can do, that you can try. Since I am using my current Town Hall 8 account, which I'll be rushing it to Town Hall 9, and then I'll be staying there for some time, and I'll try to work it out with you guys. So whoever wants to come with me, join with me in this particular thing, they can come into my clan and they can we both can help each other. And definitely our clan is going to help each other out, and we can try to farm, we can try to do this queen max as much as we can. And that is what the advice and the tips that I can give you. Just take out those heroes as much as you can. माँ चोद दी यार तूने।
क्या किया?
अबे यार वीडियो बना रहा था यार।
तुझे क्या सपना आ रहा है?
अबे तू नॉर्मल कॉल किया कर ना, और नहीं उठाऊं तो उसका मतलब मैं वीडियो बना रहा हूँ। एयरप्लेन मोड में मैंने इसलिए डाल के रखा हुआ था। बहन चोद आधे घंटे की वीडियो बना दी और तूने माँ चोद दी पूरी वीडियो की अब। और अभी साले मैं रिकॉर्डिंग स्टॉप भी नहीं करी है।